All right. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. You know, every time that we have one of these Ask Me Anythings, you learn so much more about Robert, what he's about, his background, his belief, and what drives him. And that is what is so amazing and interesting. Every time I'm here with you, Robert, every time we are together doing not just Ask Me Anythings, but with your teachings, it's such a pleasure and an honor to hear you, to be part of what you share with us, and just to learn from your experiences over the last 35 years with network marketing and other things too, because what Robert shares, ladies and gentlemen, is not just network marketing, it's life. That's why we open this up to Ask Me Anything, meaning you can ask Robert anything you want. Here's the ways to go about doing it.
Sorry, Craig. Sorry, Craig.
There we go. First of all, if you're watching on Facebook, the nice thing is that we will be able to take your questions on Facebook. What you have to do, though, is preface the question with the word question. And then we'll ask it here. We'll ask it here. I'll ask it on your behalf to Robert. Now, for those of you that are watching on Zoom, there's two ways that you can do it. You could either ask your question in the chat, and I will also put that in the queue to ask Robert, or you can raise your hand and ask Robert a question personally. So we will spotlight you and you will ask him personally, and you'll have your interaction with Robert. Very easy to do. If you have a question, put your cursor at the bottom of the screen and the windows that you see below with all the videos. Then click on the participants button. A list of names will appear to the right of the screen. Look at the bottom of that list and click on the raise hand button. It will notify us that you have a question. You can also, at the very bottom where it says reactions, again, the button's at the bottom of the screen, there is an indication that it says raise hand. So you've got several different ways to raise your hand so that we will acknowledge you, put you in the queue to ask a question of Robert. And I see Bill Shoemaker already has his hand up, so he will be the first one to go about doing that. And if you are watching on Facebook and you want to join us on the Zoom, you can very easily go, as Matthew has put in the chat there, to roberthollis.com/AMA. Come join us, and we will also include you, particularly if you have a personal questions you want to ask to Robert face-to-face or Zoom to Zoom. Anyway, so that's all I have to share, except one last thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert Hollis.
Craig, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. And let me just say, what an amazing shirt that is. I just...
I wonder where I got the idea for the shirt.
So thank you very much. I remember one time we went to an event. It probably was orchestrated by Craig, and he was even the MC of the event. And he goes off, takes his jacket off, and come out with a Hawaiian shirt on. Craig, thank you so much. And
if I may say, that was the MDC event, the third anniversary.
Really?
Yes, it was.
You and I have done so many events together. It's hard for me to remember. It's like, and one of the things I start out every AMA with is just a little thought. I want to throw the thought of the day out here, and it's going to be very quick. Does anyone realize, again, that the direct sales, network marketing, multi-level, MLM, whatever industry you want to call it, and some people want to call it pyramids, right? We're talking about a 150-year-old industry. Step two, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of companies with millions and millions and millions and millions of people that are making a full-time income. So here's my little question to each and every one of you. God forbid something happened with My Daily Choice. I don't know. I've been in a company and been the #1 money earner and the owner died. I've been a #1 earner in a company and the company was shut down by the federal government. I've been in companies where I was a #1 earner and all of a sudden in a blink of an eye, it filed bankruptcy. I've been a #1 earner in network marketing companies where the people that built it stole the database and started a competitive company. And I say all that to say this to you guys. If something today happened in my daily choice, would you think that I would pick a company based on them hyping up the owner's story, the compensation plan, or the product? It still is mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling to me that the majority of the people that are doing this industry still don't understand anything about it. They really, truly don't. So right now there's a number of companies that are launching a new product and a new company, and they're all standing going, hey, look what I got. Ha, look what I got. Look what I got. And it's like, if you mentally are jumping to company upon company because of the enthusiasm of getting in a company first and having a product that is supposedly supposed to be the best thing that ever happened since sliced bread. Those are factors of you getting involved in something outside of who you are. And the sad thing about that is relationships are relationships. How many of you have heard this phrase where someone says, you know, I just can't find a good person in my, I'm on my fourth divorce and I just can't seem to find the right person. And they never ever stop to say, well, do you know what the 4 people had in common with each other? And they went, what? You were their mate. When do you start looking at you as the equal denominator? So one of the videos I'm going to do next week on objections is people are going, I've tried a number of these companies and it hasn't worked for me. They all have you in common. And I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but me being #1 income earner in 7 different companies, I'm the person that's the common denominator. It's like I go to company to company to company and I'm still achieving the same thing. So I just want you guys to know from wisdom, I would look, if today I was looking at somebody and my MDC company was gone, I wouldn't be looking for a company. I wouldn't be looking for a product. I wouldn't be looking for a compensation plan, nor would I be looking for a marketing system. I would be looking for someone that's been to a place that I haven't been to yet. I would find a mentor. And so in January, I do this every year. And I just want to throw this out here so every one of you think. So I thought, I'm not going to look for the best company or best product or best comp plan. What if I just look for the best network marketer? What if I just found a person that was at a place that I haven't been? And believe it or not, I found a person, I can't enunciate his name. He's from Malaysia. He's been in Amway for 43 years. And his organization does $3 billion a year. Do you understand that this guy's organization in Amway does more out of the top 100 network marketing companies? There's only 3 network marketing companies that do more volume than him. And so I studied his presentations. I studied all his training, everything. And it all went back to finding the right person, doing the right things. Finding the right person that's already been to a place that you want to go. Humbling yourself humbling yourself, and focusing on the proven path with a combination. All right. So these things that I do are easy to do, but they're easier not to do. Most people listen to the easy thing I do, and then they go, yeah, but you know, I know you said to just keep throwing darts, but I'm now going to sell dartboards. I'm now going to sell dartboards and darts, and I'm going to sell the mats that go around the dartboards. And I'm also going to sell the mat that, oh, you're going to go into the tool business. Yeah, because everyone needs a dartboard. Everyone needs the mats and everyone needs the darts. I thought that you would like make millions of dollars a year off a million people, or a person could make $1 million a year in this industry with about 13,000 active people. See, for me, you guys, it's freedom. For me, it's a lot of people doing a little bit. And I know as you're bringing in the person at a time and the person at a time and a person at a time, it's like, well, what if I could just get a skyscraper? That's human thinking. What if I could sell everybody in this skyscraper? You know, I'm going to get the whole country of Ecuador. And then I'm done. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, but I'm still going to beat your ass, because by the time you get the country of Ecuador, I'm going to have 35,000 little people that are buying a little bit of product every month. And you're going to go, dang, Robert, how do you do $5 million a month in volume? Talking to a lot of people doing a little bit. So I just thought I'd throw that out to you, you know, because I'm always looking for people that inspire me, that I can follow and do what they're doing to get where they got. And I'm really good of when I get a creative idea, I go take a cold shower. Yeah, because, you know, if you're going to do something, then find someone and mirror and match them. So how many people caught that? So, you know, watching the guy from Malaysia led me back to the basics. You guys will watch me go to master affiliate with this company. The goal is simple. I just need to get, you know, 55,556 customers or affiliates that are buying 90 in personal volume a month. That's all I got to do. And some of you are going, that sounds impossible. No, in the last company, I put 758,000 people. My second largest country other than the United States was Ecuador. Ecuador and El Salvador, Peru, Colombia. The reason that my group grew so fast in those areas is those people are willing to work. They put God first, they put their family second, and they're willing to talk to anybody that needs to make extra money. So there you go. So sometimes in America, or maybe it's changing right now. maybe there's gonna, you know, when I heard that Netflix lost 200,000 subscribers, you guys, Netflix lost 200,000 subscribers, and Netflix said that they had their customer service start calling people. Guess what was the #1 reason people are leaving Netflix? They can't afford it. Wow. They can't afford it. People are opening up their bank statements and now having to figure out what is a luxury and what is a necessity. And they're now like, okay, I'm getting rid of all these subscriptions because I guess I would just rather watch 2 or 3 channels, or let's pick one, you know, YouTube one and watch normal channels and until the economy changes. I mean, maybe that should be our speech, you guys. Maybe we should be reaching out. Hey, I have a way for you to pay for your Netflix account. Because maybe that might be more of a priority than actually making extra money and freeing your life. It's like, I'll show you how to pay for your Netflix subscription. Okay, I'm done. That was my little rant, my little deal. So Craig, I'll put it back to you.
All right. So far, we've got 2 people in the queue with questions. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please, for those of you watching on Facebook, if you have a question, go ahead, type the word question, and then follow it up with the question in the chat. For those of you watching on Zoom, if you have a question, put your cursor at the bottom of this window, the screen that you see where Robert is right now, or where I am right now. If I'm talking, I don't know who's being focused on there, but anyways, in Zoom, click on the participants button and list of names will appear to the right of the screen. Look at the bottom of that list and click on the raise hand button. It will notify us that you do have a question. Or if you also look at the button that says reactions in the Zoom screen, click on that. There's a button there that also says raise hand. We want you to ask whatever question you want to this amazing gentleman here who is sharing his valuable time with us. You know, this is what is so amazing about Robert. All the years that I've known you, Robert, you're so giving, you're so friendly. And Robert has the genuine interest in helping you be like him, or as close to him as possible. I know you always like to say, if you're 10% of me, you're doing great. And Robert, if we can be even half or 10% of you, we are on the right path. So ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to ask any question of Robert. Right now, we're going to get started. I see Bill and Javi with their hands up. We're going to go ahead and get started with Bill Shoemaker. Go ahead, open up your microphone and ask away.
There we go. Working now. Hi, Robert.
Hi, Bill. How are you? Great to see you.
Awesome. Thank you for giving us your time. And you know, I'm not. When you jump, that's when I'll jump, because I'm not jumping. And I had a wife for 26 years, and you know, it didn't work out. But I got 2 beautiful children, and then I found the most wonderful person in the world, and that's me.
Yeah, love that.
So anyway, my question is, you're going, oh, here he is again, Mr. Analytical. First up for questions. What is the best video that you suggest we show right now? There's so many videos. That's one question. And one more. I'm following this book too. And then Josh came out with the training, and Mr. Analytical, oh no, you're showing me something else. It's like I'm getting confused. And I was like, should I just stick with this?
Yeah. Well, let me first tell you about Josh's training compared to what we covered, right? And I'll go right to the page. I'll answer that question first, and then you'll remind me of the other one. One of the things that it talks about in shifting gears, it's in chapter 4, all right? Is when it talks about going through the gears, Bill. The thing that I love that they always say is you go to first gear, second gear, third gear. And then when you go into fourth gear or overdrive, it talks about number 4 here, which is pretty interesting.
Right.
And number 4 says share with friends and retail. So right now, 4 years of being into this company, I have 23 customers. So that means as I'm going through the people, you're going to run into a bunch of different personalities and a bunch of different unique people. And if you're willing to just do the numbers, Bill, you're always going to run into someone that's going to say, you know what, Bill, I just don't like this kind of marketing. I don't like, you know, this stuff. And I mean, I've even heard people say to me straight out, you know, I'm not interested in making money off the efforts of other people. You know, how do you just tell people, you know, listen, that's stupid, get over that? No, you can't. That's the way they are. So going through the numbers, you will find your customers. So you focus on the 10, I mean, the 2 that get 2, that get 2, that get 2, driving your organization to whatever income you need and helping other people hit ranks and income and getting paid. and you will automatically find your customers. So when Josh talks, Josh has to say that the focus of the company is on customers because of federal regulators.
Right.
So you're going to hear me also say that. You see what I mean? So it's like, well, listen, if you guys notice what I did with the now going to the video that I share, I still will be sharing. It's funny, every time I second guess myself, Bill, I go to the middle of that steps to success and freedom. And I am bragging when I say this. I'm watching, seeing what I could edit, what I could take out of that, and I leave it alone. It's very few videos that I've done in my career of 35 years where I put my baseball cap on backwards. I act like a person that would be watching this for the very first time, either knowing a little bit about network marketing or sales or building a home-based business or not knowing a thing. And me personally, that video is on. That video is right on. And so if you guys notice something different that I did with that before Josh said that 2x2x2 is a great idea, you guys notice that I give the person the first option, which is very, very simple. If you need to make $5,000, all you need to do is get 100 customers. Did you guys notice that? I think it's 87 customers. The reason that I do that is because I want a person to go, that's not going to happen. That will take forever. I don't want to do that. Well, here's another way that you could do it. You could use a system to pique interest and show people this video and get 2 affiliates, and we'll teach them to get 2. And people go, oh my God, that sounds easier. 2 sounds better than 87. So with the way that Josh is teaching, I have a feeling that people will go, I think I'll focus on the 2 affiliates. You see what I'm saying? I'll always get customers. But yet there's going to be a lot of people, Bill, a lot of people. 5% of all the people that will get involved in any kind of home-based business that says, I'm gonna be the best French fry seller on the planet. I want to be the person behind the counter, and I want to be the person that says you want fries with that. I'm going to make sure everyone gets fries, and I'm going to ask them if they want to supersize that and get an apple pie. And you guys know me well enough that I can bring in tens of thousands of people into this industry, and I cannot stop the people that you want fries with that and an apple pie. I can't get them. It's like there's this little trick in their head where I go, a lot of people getting a little bit. Do you want 1 franchise, or would you like 10,000 franchises? 10,000 franchises. I'd like 10,000 McDonald's franchises. Okay, great. Go find people that need to make extra money and sell them the concept of making extra money. And then I go to their Facebook page and they say, would you like fries with that? Also, you can get them supersized and with an apple pie. And I'm going like, wow, they're not lying to me, Bill. They're telling me straight to my face, you're the best mentor in the world. I know you know what you're talking about. You're documented. I'm doing exactly what you tell me. I said, okay. And then they get on a phone and they go, so would you like the large fries? What do you want it? You want the small fries or the large fries? Yeah, which fry? Get this. We got fries now in 55-gallon drums. And I'm going like, good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So yeah, Bill, it's pretty interesting. And the first question that you asked, you said that I'm being too analytical. The first thing I want to tell you is that I love you because you're aware. It's always good when people say, I realize I overwhelm myself. I realize I overthink. I realize I'm analytical, because you just got to say one statement behind that. I'm going to throw caution to the wind to just see if I could just do instead of think. I could just follow a proven system and do that. So yeah, Craig and I've known each other forever. And my first statement to Craig, I used to say this to him all the time, and I don't do it anymore because he's family. But I used to say, hey, Craig, do you know how much I've made since the last time I talked to you? And see, I stopped doing that to Craig. Because Craig is now a family member and one of the best MCs I know. And this guy for years has had seen me going to my back office. He's just like, hey, you know, some people walk across the stage and get Academy Awards, and some people pretend that it will happen. So, Bill, did I answer your questions?
You did it perfectly, Robert. Thank you. And I want to thank you too for the God memorandum.
You're welcome.
I started listening to it again and again, every day, every night, and it is a miracle.
It is.
You're a miracle.
I don't know of a faster way to wake up in the morning. It's like, I don't know if you guys do this. My wife told me this the other day. She was having difficulty sleeping, and she asked me what I did. And I said, I just start thinking about all the things I'm grateful for. And the next thing I know, I wake up. It's like, so, you know, the end thoughts that I want to be thinking about is the things that I'm so grateful for, instead of, oh my God, how is this going to happen? How am I going to align this? How is that going to go in here? How is that going to happen? How many of you guys go to sleep or try to go to sleep trying to figure out a problem? Boy, that works, doesn't it? And you wake up in the morning and you're going like, well, I'm not going to solve that problem today because I'm exhausted. So, when you're in the problem finding or the problem solution part of your brain, is because then all of a sudden, if you notice, your dreams will correlate with that. So now you're going, well, I'm not worrying. I'm not overthinking. And I go, really? Tell me about your last dream. Well, I was trying to find my way out of this building because these people were chasing me. Why into my dreams am I always trying to find a way out or find a path or trying to help a person get out of a bad situation? It's like your mind just turned your normal overthinking, analyzing, problem solving into a dream. And do you guys want to know why I know that? I'm speaking from experience. It's like right now, Terry and I, you guys will find this out. We've decided to move back to Montana for a while. And so we're trying to think of the stuff that we want to put in storage. And it's like, hey, I already know the container. I already been figuring out playing Tetris, how I'm going to put all the furniture in this container. And it's like, I caught myself last night. I just went, oh, I got to meditate. And I got to get back, Bill, to thinking about all the stuff that I'm grateful. And that's exactly what I listened to. And it was like, hey, I'm thankful that I can see and other people can't. And I think for being able to hear my children say, I love you. And it just like immediately just get into that thought. And you got a smile on your face and you're like, and then you're gone. So thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, brother.
You bet. Love you.
Bill, thank you so much. And by the way, Robert, just to let you know, I was on a Zoom earlier, so that's why my picture in the Zoom chat looks a little different than, let's say, anything else, in case everybody is wondering.
I'm going like, someone's hacked Craig Jackson's account. Have you guys looked at this? What is this?
Yeah, no. It's.
Are you going to explain what the picture is now? You're not getting off that easy.
All right.
Hey, this is Ask Me Anything.
You're right. Okay. You got me. I help another person this is my acting class coach. And we had to get together where I had to help run the early today, a webinar from her account. So the best way for me to access her account is to go in her account, start the webinar and go. And of course, that's also playing with the time that we were going to have AMA today. So I didn't have enough time to switch back, or at least it didn't switch back, and I thought it would automatically do that. So now I got to be a little more aware. So that's why you see a picture of a woman there instead of this lovely bald spot on your picture.
Greg,
it's really
You can change it. You can change
No.
it by right clicking on yourself and going to edit profile picture
Ah,
while we're
Right.
live. While we're live.
while we're live. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So Craig knows how short my answers are, so he will have problems doing that.
so
No,
okay,
I thought the picture's so small, Craig. I thought that could easily be his high school picture.
I didn't have that much hair, but I definitely had more hair than that. Maybe I'll find that and I'll share that, and ask me anything. I'll let you see how much of a difference it was, because
Oh man,
yeah, I had out to here.
crazy. Afro?
No, very wavy, very curly. Not as curly as my brother, though. My brother literally had like an afro look, and all the girls and when he was in high school went nuts over him. They loved it. He's in the other room, and he's probably going to kill me for saying that right now.
Oh, thank you, Greg, for sharing.
Of course. And by the way, everybody, I'm put what if Robert he's shared the books in the chat, and also the God memorandum. They're in the chat for both Facebook and Zoom. And the book, Robert, why don't we talk just briefly before we go to Javi? The book that you were sharing with us earlier about network marketing from Don Fela, we know that apparently that book may have sold out using the link that we have been sharing previously. We have a new link. It's in the chat right now, and let's sell it out again. I mean, it literally said sold out when we went to the Amazon page to look at it. So
Yeah, that's
I forget
pretty
who.
cool. I don't know who's printing them and putting them on Amazon, but it's whatever link Craig and I were promoting before, and you guys is helping buying the book. There was even people that actually bought some used books, and they're autographed. They have Don Fela's autograph in there, and so I don't, of course, it's going to be interesting you explaining to people that you were Steve at the time, but it was like no. but hey, a signed autograph is a signed autograph. So thank you, Craig.
Yes, thank you. And okay, thank you for your patience, Javi. Let's go to, by the way, he says he's from Ecuador.
He is.
So let's go to the country that you helped bring into the map into network marketing and helped you become who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, Javi Utreras. Javi, open up, turn on your mic, turn on your camera, and please share.
There he is. Oh, can't hear you. Unmute yourself, please.
Sorry, I'm done. I'm not going to touch it, Javi. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, between you and me, I'm the middle working. So I just have a phone call. I had to put in pause, but listen, I cannot miss this. I need to get out of this job. Anyways, real quick, Robert, I was told that we need to have sense of urgency when you have a new affiliate, right? And I've been facing a little bit challenge with one that just got involved. How much sense of urgency you put and until you actually stop and just move on to the next one? Because the other thing I've been facing, and that's my second question, is I've been having people, oh yeah, I like it, I'm gonna enroll. And I know what you said, I've been told, follow up, I don't follow up. So, I haven't followed up, but I have that, I should go back. So those are my two questions. What kind of sense of urgency we have with the first, when we have a brand new affiliate, and when we stop, if we don't see reaction from them. And the second one for people that, oh yeah, I like the idea, I'm gonna enroll, and nothing happened. Right. How you handle those?
Yeah, it's still part of a sorting thing. I don't know if you guys remember this. I'm pretty old. I'm 60 years old. But do you guys remember those games that you used to buy, and they're like a pinball machine, but what they do is they got a marble or a steely in it, and you pull the thing back on the spring, and then you let go, and you're trying to get it in one of these little circles that they have points in them. You know what I mean? I guess it could be close to Plunko, on The Price is Right, but they're all over the place, and you're shooting the ball up and you're trying to land it in one of these points. the reason that I bring that up is that, you know, once one of those are filled with the ball, then you got to get it into the other ones because it's only one per deal. So I look at that at every stage that the person gets in, every single stage. So I pique interest. Do I get a reply? Yes, no. All right. No, they're done. They're done. I'm sorting so fast. I pique someone's interest. They reply. I ask them to do me a huge personal favor. Let me send them a link along with the video. Yes, no. Some yes, some no. How many people that I sent the link with actually created a free account? Yes, no. How many bought product? How many people did I do a Zoom with and help them with their theoretical example, then getting them excited with their magic number and then telling them to introduce me to everyone they know? If you guys see, when you get that helping other people contact their people is the magic. And when you guys get that, and Daniel got it, you don't get the magic until you see the magic. So when, you know, when he was willing to get someone to give him someone that gave him someone that gave him someone, and the person came in and said executive. All right. So they checked all the boxes, didn't they? You know, they not only watched the videos, they created a free affiliate link and they bought product. And now they want to introduce everyone to the company as fast and quick as they can. So the answer, Javi, is there's only one group of people that I follow back up on. And they mentally just come to my mind. You know, so what I do is I just every day, you know, when I get in, I say, you know, Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, just give me the people to speak to those that I need to hear. And then someone will pop in my mind. And I'll reach out to them just to see if they're okay. And they say the same thing to me, Javi, all the time. Oh my God, life is just in the way. I got a million things going on. I know I got to do this. And I promise I'll get back to you. And they're just caught in that loop. They're just caught in that loop. You know, stay in a holding pattern, never land. Just keep going around the control tower. And it's like, and these are the same people that actually, you know, to change the way you think. It's the same people that drive the same way to work every day. It's the same people that get up, they just have put this thing in their life where they're trying to fit something else into it instead of realizing that that now should be a priority. So the answer to your question, Javi, is that, you know, I have been doing something uniquely different recently that I've never done in the past. And I think Craig will really appreciate this. And I don't mind even saying who it is, but really, really big professional in this industry. His name is Ron Henley. He usually gets on these. And this guy understands the industry of network marketing so well, you guys, that he has a network marketing museum. People all over the world send him stuff for this museum. So there used to be people that used to do presentations where you would put a 45 on, and when you played the 45, the vinyl, as the needle played, it would make this beeping noise and the screen would change. Does anybody remember? Of course you do. Slide projectors. I mean, this album was timed to the slides. I'm going like, wow, someone really was thinking back in those days. But my point being, as I reached out to Ron and I just said, Ron, I need a huge favor from you. And he sort of laughed because that's the way I got him into MDC. And he says, shoot. I go, would you please take any amount of time that it needs and let me know where I'm dropping the ball? Because in my mind, I feel you haven't moved forward and do what I believe that you could do. And there's something that you're missing that I'm not aware of. I'm not aware of that I could help you with or get you or do whatever. And he says, I've never been asked that question. And so he did ponder it for a couple of days, and he came back and said, nothing. Absolutely nothing. You have provided everything that I need. And I know it's me. I just know it's me. And how many people have promised people that they would do something and then you didn't? Say, it's not that you're over promising and under delivering. It's not that you're lying. It's that the heart and the thought that you had at the time of making the commitment was as sincere as you knew it could be. And you haven't slotted the priority in your life for it, which usually means that you don't believe in the process. Where I see people that consistently will focus and say, okay, I got it. I need 10,000 active customers and affiliates. And then the next thing they're with another company talking about how great their collagen is. It's like, that's someone that didn't understand the game plan. Because now you get to start all over. And if you want to make $1 million a year, you still got to get to that 10,000. It's like every time you get in a new company and start over, you still have to build this customer base or loyal affiliate base that want to supplement their income. So there you go. So did that help you, Javi?
Hear me? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And you know, that really touched me because in previous company, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then, but now I'm getting some traction, but I'm getting, damn, again, these people again, but now I guess I need to handle better and 110 focus, sir, following your directions. I'm not gonna do a lot of mistakes, but I'm gonna open that Ecuador and we're gonna win big, man.
Yeah. And maybe it even something, maybe you guys can go back now that your Javi has got me to think about this. Let's say that Javi was the person and I was trying to get him to put people in front of me and let's do this. Maybe something you could say other than, is there any place that I dropped the ball? Is Javi, do you remember the first way that I approached you? And people go, I think so. If you remember, I asked you to do me a huge personal favor and introduce me to people that need to make extra income. If you're not going to do that, can you please still do that? And Javi, I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to do you a kindness. If you introduce anyone to me and they decide to get in this business, I'll use your affiliate link. I don't think I've ever said that in any training. It's like, listen, you thought the timing was okay for you, but it hasn't been because you're not putting it in your time. So can you go back and do what we first talked about? So how many people like that? That's pretty good. Okay, Craig, back to you. Thank you, Javi. I love you. I'm sorry you're at work.
Okay, Robert, not a problem.
Whoa!
How's that?
Wow. That is that. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if we forced everybody to do that?
That's my old senior picture. And yes, I wore glasses, so I have contact lenses. Yeah, big difference.
Well, hey, what were your thoughts before you shared that?
Well, I'll tell you this, before I went full bald, it was like, no, I'm not going to do, I don't know. My hair is a big thing. Now I look back on it and I think, all right, you know what? I was good looking then and I'm still good looking now. So
Hell yeah.
there we go.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. I want to continue a little bit with what you just shared with Javi, because I got a question from Vicky Carson in the Zoom chat. And I know you've shared it before and you share it practically on every single video that you put out. But I guess Vicky is probably new, so I'm not going to assume anything, but can she get a script that you use when contacting prospects for your new affiliates. In other words, the script that you use to share with people. And
Sure.
please, for people who are watching, take note of this and then watch the replay, because what Robert does is he makes it so personal. And if I may just interject really quick, Robert makes also says, make it personal to you.
Yes. Yes. So step one is, I always like saying, how would you feel if, and how will you act if? The number one reason that you have to have that statement somewhere when you're connecting with people or calling people or messaging people is, don't be like the person that when they send you a script, you can tell it's a typed out script. All right. That is the least personal thing that someone could ever send to me. So let me just tell you what I act like and what I feel like when a stranger sends me the word hi. There's only two things that are worse than that, is hello, dear. D-E-A-R. And my response is, hello, elk. Hello, moose. I don't know why it triggers me, but it triggers me that someone would say, hi, dear, and they don't know me. And I know that a lot of you probably will disagree with this next statement, but I'm just being as raw and honest as I can be. I seem a little more offended when it's a guy saying hello, dear. I'm like, I'm just being me here. I'm just like going, wow, is a person a professional troll just trying to piss me off? So that's the way I feel about scripts. So the number one thing that people say to me all the time is, hey, can I get your script? And I don't know how to tell them that I don't have one. I don't have a script. So there's the first one. So now, how would I act and how would I feel if? I believe that the first step that you got to do is connect with a human being. So, I just watched something just recently, and the person said, every person that's trying to succeed in connecting with other human beings have forgotten the most important thing. And Javi posted this, but when my son Matthew read How to Influence People, How to Win and Influence People, and when Matt read that book, Matt's like me. There's a couple of groups of people. People read the book, I guess, because they get to tell everyone that they read the book. I don't know what their accomplishment was with it. They didn't retain it. They don't execute it. They don't study it. They don't do anything. So we got the person that never reads the book, and then we got the person that says, I read the book, and apparently is gifted at not retaining anything in the book. So I'll ask them, hey, what was your biggest takeaway? That's not good when you watch a movie, and that's not good if you read a book, right? Then you got the next group of people that study the book, and they can recite everything out of the book. Some people, call the book the Bible or the Quran. They just won't execute anything in it. So now they know Bible and verse and chapter. Their life doesn't have any reflection on any part of the book at all. They just have math. So when people sometimes say, I've had religion up to here, it usually is from judgmental people that are not perfect, trying to put their ideas and opinions onto somebody else, when the person looks at them and sees no evidence of anything that they did in following the book, including don't judge. So I'll just leave it at that. It's like, so what, do you just read a book and just believe in one part of it? I don't quite get that, but that's another video, huh, Matt? Okay. And then you got the last person that will study one part of the book and apply it and execute it immediately. and start getting really, really, really good at that part. So what this guy was saying is, he says, it blows me away how many people that are in sales or in the deal of home-based businesses that believe that creating rapport with another human being is not part of the equation. He said, if there's anything that I could correct somebody, is until you learn how to build rapport with another human being, until they know that you care. They don't care what you know unless they know that you care. And if you don't give a rip and you don't care, and you're just looking at the person to buy something so you can get some cash in your pocket, people have a thing that they don't even know they have. And that's called intuition. They don't even know why they're telling you, get the hell away from me. They just know that they should. Because you don't give a rip about the person, so you're willing to copy and paste the same thing to every human being on the planet for a sale. And if someone told you to do that, stop that right effing now. So now, Craig, did I do a good job on the ground rules before I go in?
Yeah, I think you did, because
Yeah.
you're right. It is about being personal with the
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. So now in building a rapport, what I do, it takes me less than a couple of seconds, but I will look at a person's profile. And when I look at their profile, I try to mentally cater my peak of interest, means that you're just getting them curious. And I like making people feel better. How would I act? How would I feel? So then I would reach out and say, hi, Victoria. The reason for me reaching out is I just wanted you to know that I hope that you and your family are safe during these uncertain times. And I just want you to know that I thought of you today. That's it. So I've been told that people will forget what you say, they'll forget what you do, but they won't forget the way you make them feel. And I say these things, you know, I'm blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. And I always also tell people that I love and appreciate them. And when I say that, they know I mean it. They know I mean it. So I'm making them feel something. So if I seen their profile, I go, oh, I just seen a post of you with a young one, you know, congratulations. You know, I don't know if that's a new son or daughter or granddaughter, you know, or you like dogs or whatever. But my peak of interest has to have curiosity in it. And the words that I use are for a reason. When I leave a message, I use their name. I don't text. I use my voice. And some people say, you know, well, I don't know about that. Well, if you know a better way of connecting with another human being that really knows that you care, so they want to do a favor for you, let me know when you figure that out. I've figured it out. So the curiosity is, I thought of you today and I thought I'd reach out to you. And they're like, well, I wonder why they thought of me. You know, sometimes I might even say, you know, I watched a webinar today and I thought of you. And I use their name and I try to make it something specific. This peak of interest. People think that building rapport takes a long time. I can build rapport with a look and a smile. And you got to be the person you want to recruit. My wife and my kids will tell you this all the time. If there's a child anywhere in a facility that I'm in, that child is attracted to me. And they're attracted to me because I'm usually giving them eye contact. I'm usually making some kind of face. I'm hiding from them. I'm giggling, you know, and they can feel that. And I'm not talking to them. You guys know what I'm talking about? Have you ever seen people that right away, they're like, you know, who's that guy? And I can guarantee you it's not just a flowered shirt that's doing it. It's like, it's easy to get someone's attention. I've never said this, Craig. Thank you. It's easy to get someone's attention and make them feel good when everybody else is ignoring them. Wow. That's it. So the person gets a bunch of garbage copy and text scripts. The same one. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? Oh my God, these people. It's easy for me to win. It's easy for me to win. I'm different, I'm unique, and I make that person feel the same way. So that's rapport in under 15 seconds. Now, they still go through the ball in the spring, right? Do I, Robert Hollis, leave that kind of heartfelt message trying to connect with another human being and they don't reply? Yes, all the time. And I don't think about it. It doesn't bother me. I don't take it personal. But, you know, I can send Craig a message. And then I notice through whatever messenger I use that Craig's seen the message. And Craig didn't reply. Me, I think Craig's human. I think Craig read the message and then bing, bing, something came on his computer and goes, we're starting the webinar. And Craig, wham, oh my God, I didn't notice the time. I'm on the webinar. I don't think Craig's an awful person. I don't think that he's ghosting me. I don't think that Craig's a non-caring person. I don't think what I did wrong to Craig to get him to ignore me. All these overthinking, lack of self-confidence and belief in not being a miracle, Bill Shoemaker, that people put in their heads, that has nothing to do with them. Craig is an incredible, wonderful person, but at this moment, he's not thinking about Robert Hollis. He's thinking about obligations and promises and stuff that he needs to take care of, that he's already made commitments to. He'll get back to me. And if I need Craig really, really bad, it might start with a Facebook Messenger, and then it might go to a Telegram, and then it might go to a text or an email. If I need Craig, Craig's there. That's all I need to know as a friend, okay? So then if they respond, so one, if they don't, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. People always talk about Javi, brought it up a little bit. I do not follow up. I got a gift, a big hunk of gold, and I want to give it to you. And all you got to say is no thanks. I think that's fake. I'm not there to convince you that the gift that I have at this moment is for you. You got to figure that out. So now what I say after the connection, usually a response back, thank you very much for the message. You made my day. How are you and your family? And then I respond. Yeah, thank you very much. Terry and I and the boys are doing great. Everyone's healthy and happy. You know, every day gets better and better for me. It's awesome. Thanks for asking. Separate message. Separate message. Then I follow it up with the following. Hey, Victoria, the reason I thought of you was I'm really excited about helping a company expand. And we're looking for people that can help us expand that company. Could you do me a huge personal favor? I'd really appreciate it. But can I send you over a video that is just a short video that will really explain who we are and what we're doing. And I'm hoping that you might know some people that we could help. Would you please allow me to do that? And the way that I use the words and the way that I say it, you guys can rewatch this video. It's going to be on my website, roberthollis.com, or the YouTube, youtube.com/Robert Hollis. And you can go there and rewatch it. And if you feel the need to have to write it down verbatim, you can do that in a number of ways. Do it by hand. Use a company called rev.com, rev.com. Or what someone taught me recently is open up another page on Google and click on the microphone for translator, and then play my video and Google translate it for you. But they write it out in English before they translate it, so you can copy and paste. So that's what I do. That's exactly what I do. So I know that message, I love where that message for me is always under a minute. Always under a minute. And for those of you that have seen me do this video, there's a video on YouTube called Friends, How to Get a Friend. If you guys watched every one of my videos, like Craig said, if you're new, if you watched every one of the videos that I have, I can guarantee you that I don't say what I just said as a way to get someone to watch the video the same, ever. Because everyone's got a unique thumbprint, everyone's got a unique DNA, everyone's got a different iris. It's amazing how unique each and every one of us are. And I believe the messages that go to people should be the same. It should reflect that kind of uniqueness. So people go, how do you do that? I don't think, I trust my heart, and I just say. I might have something in common, I might not have anything in common. I'm not gonna lie about it. You know what I mean? So I see that you're a scuba diver. I love scuba diving. I'm not gonna say that. So I hope that helped you guys. That was a great one. And Craig, I don't know if she responded and said that works for her. Or...
I don't see a response yet, but not yet, but I'm sure that she will take that into consideration.
And your picture changed.
Yes. Thank you, Matt, for that little instruction. Was able to take care of it.
So we'll take one other question. Does anyone else have any other questions? Bueller?
Actually, yes. Let's see. Gabe Munoz asked the question. Now, and it's continuing forward with what you were just talking about. So how great this is. And by the way, Vicky just posted, yes, that helped.
Thank you, Vicky.
So
awesome.
Thank you, Vicky. Gabe Munoz asks this, or says this: person watches the free overview video that you're promoting. They want more info and have questions regarding how to make money. Is there a video for compensation plan, or should we explain that part personally?
Everything that I do is point, guide, and direct. There's a statement that you guys will hear me say that I live by. Don't do what works, only do what duplicates. So I know this compensation plan extremely, extremely well. It's paid me $3.8 million in the last 4 years. Every time, I just got off of Zoom before I got on here with a guy that's a 44-year veteran and made over $10 million in network marketing. And he says, listen, would you go through the comp plan with me? And I said, how about if I send you a video of the person that created it and they can explain it to you? He goes, that would be perfect. Did you hear the words I use? Would it be okay if I could send you a video of the person that created it and they explain it? I'd be like Bill Shoemaker pulling up to me and saying, wow, that's a nice car, Bill. Oh, really? Can you tell me a little bit about it, Bill? Well, listen, to be honest with you, the guy that actually built the car for me is here. I could have you run through everything that the car has and where to get it. Awesome. Do you guys, if you said that someone created something and they could explain it better, how many people do you think would go, no, I'll take a worse explanation of it? Go ahead, Craig. You know, so I point, guide, and direct people to videos. And when they ask how to make money, I point them to the video that I did. I don't know if you shared it, Craig, already, but right at the minutes, I go strictly into the compensation. but people don't want to understand the compensation plan. They want to know how they're going to make money. So in the objections that I've been talking about, usually people will ask you questions. That's really not the question. Did you guys catch that? It's like Vicky, and she really asked the question, you know, what's the scripts? The real question that Vicky was asking is, I need to feel comfortable connecting with people. She's shaking her head. And it's like, so what if I gave her a script that said, I hope you didn't buy into the situation that education would make you money. Since you made one stupid mistake, I don't want you to make another stupid mistake, and you need to buy my FFX product. Vicky could go, that might work for a script, but it's not going to be the script I'm using. So isn't it funny, you guys, where people will ask you, what's your script? And then when you tell them the script, what they're hearing through their filter is, I'm not comfortable with that. And isn't it funny? Some people lead with the product and the other people lead with money. What if you have an uncomfortable feeling around the thoughts and the feelings about money? See, I know families that the talk about money is taboo. No one knows what anyone makes in their entire family, and also their side family, you know, their relatives. That is just a taboo statement. You do not talk about money. And then you grew up in an environment where everyone that has money is an evil person, like the Scrooge. You know what I mean? So I don't know what kind of programming would be throwing in our heads that people that make money are some people that are evil and they do bad things with the money. So then when we reach out to people and say, hey, listen, I was wondering, Vicky, if you could do me a huge personal favor. Do you know anyone that needs to make some extra money right now? And Vicky's first thought is, the subject of money is sort of uncomfortable for me, and I'm not going to ask anybody if they need to make more money. You see what I mean? It's crazy, the thoughts that we have in our mind. We constantly want to reach out to people with whatever subject we want to talk to them about. But then again, it's like, you know, like the family reunions is like, you know, don't talk about money, don't talk about religion, and don't talk about politics, right? It's like, those are three things that you're not, and believe it or not, I just recently seen something funny on the news where it said that, you know, the people that are dating nowadays, you know, do most of the stuff online. And this person was saying, I can help you really get a good connection with people on the first date. And they go, really? How do you do that? Don't talk about the following three things. And their fourth one was, don't talk about your ex. So you show up to a first date, and Vicky and I are on this first date talking about, and all of a sudden I'm talking about my ex, I'm talking about money, and I'm talking about religion, and I'm also talking about politics. And it's like, that will probably be the last time I see Vicky. So now, isn't it weird? We get into business. Now we're a home-based business person. And it's supposed to be stranger danger, right? Stranger danger. Who wants to talk to strangers? And I'm introverted, Vicky. And so then I get out in this world and my mentor says, you know who you should talk to? And I said, who? And he literally had a mirror. He had a mirror in his pocket. And he goes, don't move, Robert. And he put it underneath my nose. He said, just breathe through your nose. He said, you see where it fogged up? And I said, yeah, talk to that person. My mentor told me, if they can fog a mirror or they're within slapping distance. And here's a guy that's coming from stranger danger. I'm the guy that if you took me to a party, Vicky, I'm not talking to anybody. So before the internet and before cell phones, this was difficult for me. and I still made millions of dollars. Because it's hard to talk to people, but for me, it's harder to have no money. It's harder not to fulfill the promises I made to my wife and my sons. It's harder for me to not be in a situation to buy the things I want to, or experience the events and the traveling that I've done with my children and my wife. That's harder for me not to do those things than talk to another human being. So I figured out how to do it. I walked up to people, and that was hard for me, walking up to people and saying hi. So yeah, Craig, I don't know if I just totally went on a tangent off the subject or if I actually answered a question.
You kind of did. I think what the point was that Gabe was looking for is there a compensation plan video, or should he explain that personally? And it kind of goes in what you've been kind of sharing also here with Vicky, but I think he wants to be more specific with MDC about, is there something he sees flyers, but not a video?
Right. Yeah. My thing is point, guide, and direct videos. I always love telling people, well, I want to know more about the compensation plan. I say, well, the guy that not only created this company and the marketing system, I can allow you to be an affiliate for free. If you wanted to, you could put in a fake name and an email address that no one notices. Once you're in the system and I get an email notifying me that you are, I can send you to the direct link where Josh covers the compensation plan. So I'm always point, guide, and directing people to a video. And if they want to know the info, they need to become an affiliate. Did you guys catch that? Become an affiliate, and I'll be able to share that video with you. And I do have some people that say, well, I don't want to put my name and email address, in the system. And I go, well, listen, if you know anything about marketing, you have more than one email address. And people go, excuse me? And I go, yeah, you got your real email address that's on all your bills. And then you got your fake email address that you put into forms when you don't want anyone bothering you. And they all go, yeah, I do have that one. Andra, so like I got 4. Yeah, 7. Yeah, me and Matt figured out technically a long time ago that when you get a domain name, they give you unlimited email addresses. So it's like get a GoDaddy email, domain, and then you got, support, reply, no reply, stupid at roberthollis.com. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so the answer to him is point, guide, and direct. There are people that feel comfortable sharing the video to get them to do it. If you want to, you could go to my YouTube channel, Robert Hollis, youtube.com/Robert Hollis, put in the search engine compensation plan, and it'll pop up the video. You can share that link. Or if you're one of these tech wizards that know how to take the video and pirate it and put it on your YouTube channel, then yeah, that would be the way to do it. But I always point, guide, and direct. There's not a video online with every company that I've been with that I went through the compensation plan. There's not a product online where Robert Hollis goes through the details and the ingredients of any of the products you see behind me. I let the experts do that. But what I'm doing more is I'm teaching them to duplicate. So when they have the same questions, they will do the same thing. They'll point, guide, and direct someone to a video. So there you go, Craig. Thank you for bringing me home.
Not a problem. And Gabe, not only did I put it in the chat, Javi put it in the chat as well. So cool. Javi put it in the Facebook chat. I put it in the Zoom chat. Thanks, as well as the Facebook chat. So we've got, there, both the links are there, especially the one that you said that's on a part of your channel. So cool. Yeah. And that's the beauty of these Ask Me Anythings, people, is that you get to ask Robert anything. And you're getting it straight from this amazing person.
I thought you were going to call me a horse. I was ready.
No.
I love you, Craig.
Mwah, I love you too. And that's the beauty of when you get a chance to interact with Robert. Look at what we've just experienced over the last hour and 15 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
we've had fun. You asked questions, or people asked questions of you, you answered them. And this is the way to do the business, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Robert has a phrase, and he also has a website. Documentation beats conversation. You want to follow a person who has documented evidence of being who they are consistently over 35 years? You're looking at it.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to know him. And I don't mean, when I say the 35 years, I don't mean that I don't mean that in just the business sense. I mean that in the personal sense too, because whatever Robert shares, it's not just about network marketing, it's about personal.
It is. It is. What a great place to close out, Craig.
Absolutely. Now, before I give it back to you to finish up, Robert, I want to make sure everybody knows that if they want all of the links that we've talked about and things that we've shared in both chats, the Facebook chat, it's right there. When you watch the Facebook replay, just scroll down the chat and some of the links will be there. If you're on Zoom and you want to save the information shared in the chat, it's really, really simple. In fact, I'm even going to put it in the chat right there. Click on the 3 dots to the right of the 2 above where you type the chat information, then click Save Chat, and the info will download onto your computer at the conclusion of this Zoomcast. So, and then of course, Robert, people need to go to your website, roberthollis.com/free, register. There's a lot of great stuff. Plus you get that book. And I got to give props to Matthew Hollis for setting it up, putting it all together, and for being on top of everything with that website, because I'll tell you, he is a genius when it comes to putting things like that together. And then of course, Robert, every day at approximately 12 noon Pacific on your website, on your Facebook page, you do videos and share it with people about a lot of things. You're right now on the objections for network marketing or just things in life in general. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I'll post the link in just a moment as Robert wraps up. Facebook.com/giving it forward. You know, this gentleman is an amazing man and a mentor to the highest level. I don't think you'll find any better.
Thank you, Craig. Well, with that, I'm going to leave. If you guys want to unmute yourself, you can say goodbye. Have a great, great, great weekend. And we will not be doing an Ask Me Anything next Saturday. The reason why is I will be in Las Vegas watching the UFC championship fights, which is pretty amazing front row, and with Josh Wagle. And one of the things that you guys will find out is some really incredible news coming forward. There's going to be some stuff that's going to be released that people are going to go, are you kidding me? That person uses MDC products? Are you kidding me? So yeah, I can't wait for Josh to share that with you. I just gave you a little teaser, and say goodbye. I love and appreciate each and every one of you, and never ever
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dale.
Robert.
Thank you so much,
You're
Craig.
awesome.
Dad,
Bye.
everyone.
Bless you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Guys.
Have a great weekend. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Vicky.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Melody. I love you. Thanks,
Mwah.
Craig. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Matt.